Okay, let's call the meeting to order.
I'll talk to that.
Everybody got the minutes of the last board meeting from September 12th? Any questions, comments, or corrections? Hearing none, and they stand approved. Let's move on to the financial reports, and we'll let the bank go ahead and give their report.
Thank you. So if you pull up the report, we'll start at the top of that first page with the permanent maintenance Greenwood account. In this account, you'll note I did highlight quarterly income distribution in the amount of $6,013.82. This account was up 0.17% for the month and 1.7% year to date. Next account, permanent maintenance Swan Lake. In this account, we did distribute quarterly income in the amount of $2,927.10. That account was up 0.16% monthly and 1.59% year to date. Next, we have the extension fund. In that account, we distributed quarterly income in the amount of $3,744.86. And that account was up 0.18% for the month and 1.9% year to date. And lastly, in the merchandise and commissions fund, we had payments go out for Matthews and Harris. And that account was up 0.15% for the month and 1.17% year to date. Next, we turn to page 3 with the account summaries. In the permanent maintenance Greenwood account, we have a money market that's currently yielding 2.26%, and that's flat from last month's yield. Mutual fund overall yield in that account is 2.39%, which is down from 2.67% last month. And the overall yield is 2.58%, which is down from 2.77% last month. We did have a CD mature in this account about a week ago, so we can talk about that at the end of the report as well. Next, we have permanent maintenance Swan Lake. Mutual fund yield 2.48%, and that's down from last month 2.75%. We have an overall yield of 2.49%, which is down from 2.64% last month. And if you flip, we have a CD mature in that account as well. And then if you flip to the next page to the extension fund, we had a mutual fund yield 2.45%, which was down from last month 2.76%. And then we have an overall yield of 2.67%, down from 2.86% last month. And we had a CD mature in that account as well. Last page we have the merchandise fund. Mutual fund yield of 2.43%, which is down from 2.77% last month. And we have an overall yield of 2.33%, which is down from 2.5% last month. And that's it for the report. And normally, Brian would join me here. We had some prior engagements today, but I did want to include a couple handouts that he had given to me. Because we have those CDs that just matured, I wanted to kind of show you a couple graphs regarding rates. The top graph on your next page just shows the extreme reduction in the 10-year treasury over the last year. So it's down about 50% year over year, which is pretty rare, pretty extreme. So you kind of get an idea of what interest rate environment we're in right now. And then the bottom, our research partner is pricing in or predicting about an 87% chance that there could be another 25 basis point rate cut at the end of this month at the Fed meeting. So just not a great interest rate environment right now. And I did also include, if you look at that last page, the current interest rates that we're able to get on CDs. This was as of Monday. So you can see it's pretty flat. You know, rates are right around either below or above 2% at this point. I did ask Brian about his thoughts and recommendations about reinvesting that CD money that just came due. And he said with the yield curve flat right now, he doesn't have a real strong preference. So he said something probably around a 2-year might be the best route to go. Just so we're not going out too far, but we're still getting a decent rate locked in for a couple of years. So obviously that's up to you guys, but I just wanted to kind of pass on what his thoughts were.
Thank you. So, the ones that are expiring, how much are we talking here?
Let's see, we have... In the Greenwood account, we have a $90,000 CD that matured. Swan Lake, we have $110,000. And then the extension fund was $50,000. And all three of those CDs had been paying 2.05, so slightly higher than what we're able to get.
So I'm looking at this percentage that you gave us for the 90-day, 1.827, 1 year, 18 months. And for 18 months, it's 1.96, and for 2 years, it's 1.93. Why would that be? Because like for 270 days, it's 190.
Sure.
So why would it go down at 2 years? And
It's the way the yield curve is right now. It's just really strange how it's behaving. Usually, like I said, if you go out farther, you would expect a higher rate.
right.
But with the yield curve kind of flat right now, it's just kind of wonky the way it's the way it sets up.
I think 18 months. That would be one.
Yeah, 18 months would be better than the 2 years, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
Because
I mean, you're talking
Yeah,
very
but-
little difference.
Pretty close.
so you'd rather round it off to 2 years than 18 months.
Because we've got a little, at least in the Greenwood one, we got more money, only 20,000 coming due in December. Another 20 in Swan Lake. That was that 70 there, there's two different, no,
Three.
just 20.
And
And then,
how much?
Yeah, but still, I would
Still
go.
money, more money, right?
Right, exactly. I would go.
yeah, it's just a couple 20,000s in December. I don't know that it would do us much good to stagger these in the different accounts.
I see.
Because most of them jump out to 23 at that point.
Okay, I see what you're talking about.
So going in 2 years, 18
Yeah,
months,
yeah.
somewhere in there is going to be probably the best bet.
That's a good idea,
For some
yeah. I
liquidity.
agree.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
that's a good
know
way of going.
that it makes that much difference. I mean, on 100,000, 300ths of a point is not gonna amount to 30 cents.
Yeah, but you got a total of what, 250,000?
Yeah.
So,
Well, we've got a preference of 18 months. Anybody else have a comment?
Yeah, I just have a preference to 18 months. You, anybody else have a comment? No?
If not, I'd say we just go the 18 months then.
Across the board for all.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not including the ones in December though.
No. We got a couple months yet for that, so.
When you said across the board, I didn't know if that was just,
Oh.
take those in when it came due. I haven't seen a big rate on that.
No matter what, we're gonna lose a little bit from what we were getting, so.
Well, yeah, but if you go short term, at least you know, things turn around a little bit.
Just like you said, they're gonna cut interest rates, predictably 87% cut interest rates again, so that's gonna be less money next time, correct?
Sure. Yeah, most likely.
Okay. Anything else?
That's all I have.
On our financial report. Not to steal any future thunder here, Mark, of what you might have to say. Looks like we had a profit for the month, and it looks like mostly because of retirements. A little bit from mausoleums and grave sales. Other than that, those were the only things that jumped out to me. Anybody else have any thoughts? If not, do we have a motion to approve the financial reports?
Make a motion to approve the financial reports as presented.
Moved and seconded. Any other questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Mark, to you.
Alright, September bills, no Brothers, gasoline and diesel, $1,129.88. Board of Cemetery Trustees, petty cash, $13.10. Board of Cemetery Trustees, postage, $10.50. I would just send something back that send it in to get repaired. Cable and Ace Hardware, miscellaneous parts and rental, $146.92. OCC Power Wash Company, $525. Michigan City Auto Repair, parts for repair parts, $23.98. Express Press Printing, card printing for burial cards at Greenwood Cemetery, $139.88. Rigs, repair parts and small tools, $584.45. That was a small tool that's in there. I don't know why that was in there like that, but the small tool, we got a new backpack blower for the gentleman here at Swan Lake, which was right around $499. I think it was originally over $600. With our discount, it took us down to $499. Cloverleaf Garage, a tow charge, $75. NIPSCO, $358.29. Water and sewage, $40.86. Matthews Markers and Lettering, $4,039.54. Harris Foundations, $288 even. Permanent maintenance receipts, $3,270.35. Greenwood, $1,800. Swan Lake, $1,470.35. Extension fund receipts, $7,367 even. Merchandise receipts, $4,498.45 for a total of $15,135.80, and those are the reading of the bills, Mr. President.
Any questions? What was the power wash thing?
That was, you're taking my thunder away. That was, we had the mausoleum was power washed and cleaned up at Greenwood.
Gotcha. Any other questions? Again, if not, we have motion to pay the bills.
Motion to pay the bills.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any other questions? Again, hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Pay the bills. What else you have?
Well, I'm just waiting for you to say superintendent report.
Oh,
I think he said that when he asked you.
Oh, did he?
who else
Okay.
you
when I
had.
asked for the bills.
Okay. As per requested, you have the monthly burial report. Everybody should have had a copy in front of you. You can see it's nothing to write home about, but kind of holding our own a little bit. It's way down from over the years. Next one will be at the January meeting, I believe. Received a correspondence for a new board member. He was supposed to be up for the consent of the members of the city council this past Tuesday. The meeting was cut short, and I don't think they approved him. His name is, I'm not going to give his name in case he's not approved. But there's a gentleman, if you want to see it, it's right there. Okay, water was shut off at Greenwood on Friday, October 11th, 2 weeks later than normal. The water was left on to accommodate, make available for the mausoleum cleaners. The Greenwood mausoleum was sprayed with a cleaner. Then they power washed all the sidewalks and the building. The building, there was still some glue on the ramp. We could not get that off. I was there when they did it. The owner came in, actually the day they were doing it. There was the pillar at the corner of Jackson and Greenwood is a pillar from the original entrance from the 1800s into the cemetery. And during the remodeling of the entrance back in, I believe, the 50s sometime, that was the only pillar that was still able to be moved, and they moved it to the corner of Jackson and Greenwood. And over the years, it had been covered with oil and dirt and road gunk and all kinds of stuff. And the guy asked me, would we like to have that cleaned at no extra charge? And so, because I said, of course, yes. So if you're out there roaming around, go to the corner of Greenwood and Jackson and look at that pillar. A month ago, that thing was black and covered with junk. It's like a brand new pillar out there now. I was going to bring, I forgot Lonnie's chair, and I was also going to bring a photo I have of the entrance of Greenwood back in the 1800s, where it shows where the pillars are. I'll have to bring it next month if anyone wants to see it. So the building was power washed. All the sidewalks were power washed. All around, looks pretty good. And that pillar. We built a new lowering device cart to haul out the cemetery grave setup at Greenwood during one rain day. Our old cart has been here since before I came here in '82, and it was falling apart, and we could not get any kind of parts or repair to fix it, so we got a new cart. We rebuilt and built a new cart. It's working out well. It looks good. The other one was looking pretty tattered. I met with an individual from the Able Disposal Company to set up a new drop box here at Swan Lake. We have a box set up. It's a 4 cubic yard box. And until we get caught up with the trash that we had been storing, they will come and get it on call. Once for the next few days, once we get it done, we get it taken care of. It'll only come once every month or every 2 months. I went to the budget hearing. The assistant and the superintendent and I went with the city council budget group. We were dinged for $2,000 out of our diesel account. That will leave us for about $4,000 balance for the 2020 budget. This was the only item that was reduced in the 2020 budget. We didn't use enough of it apparently last year, saw that there was some left, so they in turn took some of it away, and you try to explain to them that it's non-taxable and that I don't use it if we don't have it. But nonetheless, we got dinged for $2,000. At last month's meeting, there was something brought up about the flags at the entrance to Swan Lake. The flags have all been changed and new flags, weather-resistant flags, have been installed in the entrance. They are put up at 7 in the morning and taken down at 3:15 in the afternoon. The flags were donated by Ron Pittman from Post 37. And I told him thank you. I called a blacktop paving company recommended by the water department to do the paving on the 3 cuts in the road between Calvary 4 and Section A, between Section M and Greenwood Ave, and Section M and Section P. I talked the other day, I was hoping I'd have the quote by now, but still waiting on the quote for that. Once we get that, we'll get the roads repaired where we took out for that water line and then the gas lines. We also have Gibraltar with Matthews, Gibraltar Mausoleum Builders. I thought we were in the process of getting granite. I got a box in, just a little bitty tiny box, and I'm thinking that can't be the granite I ordered. They were having trouble getting the granite from when they built the mausoleum. The mausoleum was built in the early 1970s, and then the niches were put in the early 90s, so what they had to do is send us samples of granite so we could match up to see which ones are going to be usable. I have no delivery time at the present. It was sent back last week. I talked to the one gentleman. He said they're working diligently on getting it as quick as possible. And let's see, I talked to the city inspector, and I picked up the permit for the gas line at Greenwood. The pipeline for, I'm going to pass this around, anybody wants to see it. You know how to do this more than I do. So just go, that's something else. Just slide, there's about 10 or 15 pictures there. The pipeline at Greenwood Cemetery, we put a sleeve in the ground. They worked on it, the gentleman diligently, for about 3 to 4 days. They cut the road, they put it up to the fence as NIPSCO had requested. We now have it to the mausoleum, to the back. Once we have a pressure test, I got a furnace gentleman coming in, he's going to pressure test the lines. And once that's all taken care of, then I will call NIPSCO, they will install the meter. They're trying to expedite setting up the gas line through the pipe. Once that's all done, then we'll call the furnace people and have them change the furnace from from LP to natural gas. That's pretty much everything we've done. You can see the picture that it was a job. Got it done, like I say, 3.5, 4 days. It was a little bit more involved than.
I would make a suggestion, make sure we don't have a cracked heat exchanger on that, whether changing out the orifices. Just to make sure that.
On the furnace?
Assembled and do it.
Right. So. Is that probably the original furnace mark in there?
I think that's been replaced once.
Okay.
I think. I was going to look that up. I know the one, let's see, the one in the office, no, the one in the mausoleum was replaced in the mid-90s. What'd you call it, the heater?
Heat exchanger.
Oh, the exchanger, yeah, that's right, okay.
Make sure the heat exchanger is not cracked on it.
How deep did they put that? The line, how deep they put that line?
Just 30 inches.
30 inches? Can't
I
remember.
brought a piece of pipe in, marked it 30 inches, and they checked it out diligently.
Okay.
Out of all the, we were in an easement aisle. You can see where it was. They covered it up. Looks pretty good. You can see where
Better
that,
late than never.
we're about ready to just, oh.
Hi, Steve.
And we went through an easement house after I talked to the executive director for the Indiana Association. He said, but that's what we could do. And we were on nobody's property. We went through there. Somewhere way back in the 60s, apparently some people did not have rulers, and there was one that was just out a little further, a casket, not a casket, a vault, a little further than it should have been, but we didn't disturb it. It was not in our way. We went right by it.
Fine job.
They did. They put the sod back, everything got put back. They flattened it all down. We took our whacker, made it compacted into the ground. Yeah, I thought they did a fairly decent job. A good job, not even fairly, it's good. The best thing that they all like is I brought an old window sash weight in. You know what those are? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that was it. You tie it out the rope, dropped it right down, and slid right through. The best thing ever. Because we ran 350 plus feet of rope, so NIPSCO can now hold it through the lines. Just waiting for them on the outside. That's it, sir.
Okay. All items that I had circled here. Has anything happened on the phone system here?
Talk to her. The phone systems out here are just atrocious. They brought us a new portable phone. It works 20% of the time.
But it's not the phone, it's the line.
It's not the phone, it's the lines coming in.
Very poor line coming through here. So with the computer, sometimes, and the phone system, taking calls in are fine. Sometimes when I'm trying to dial out, it says the number, I can call the controller's office or somebody in City Hall, and the operator tells me it's an unrecognizable number. Sometimes I can make a call, it will go through, and then if I try to call again, and it's a number that should go through, it'll tell me that the lines are busy. The lines are busy. They used to be busy years ago, but they should be busy now. So that's just an ongoing.
And now we're going to be starting in November, a new system for payroll. Right? Payroll, and that's going to be an interesting, because right now we can't get into the one page that allows us to check the hours of the gentleman. So when we get to the new one, I don't know where we're going to be with that. It's because we're out in the middle of nowhere. That's what they keep saying, the lines coming out here are bad. It would cost an extreme amount of money to run the new optics out here.
Fiber optic lines.
So right now it's a hit and miss, to answer your question, sir.
Okay.
But is this a new phenomenon, or have you always had problems?
So we've always had.
Okay, it's just getting worse?
To computer.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
We had an item on here that they were working on finding lot markers and you had ordered replacement.
They're not here yet, but it's just for the one garden out here, the Crossing Resurrection Garden. The Peace Garden, Serenity, Good Shepherd, and that's it, are all adequate, or we have enough barrels where we can find it, really. I don't know why in the Crossing Resurrection they put in a bronze lot marker, and basically that lot marker was triangular with a top on it like that, and almost all the bottoms have rusted right off, corroded right off. So all we've got left are the tops with the numbers on. So we're going to be getting those in hopefully within the next week or so. Or I don't want to say right, but we'll be getting those in. And that's approximately 130 lot markers that they're going to have to replace. It's just a question of going on, making sure we start with the right number, with the first one, number one. Go from here. We don't want to go with 1, 6,
And you had indicated there was ongoing removal of trees out here, and you would continue to do so as time permits.
What we've been doing is cleaning up around stones, trimming around, edging around some of the stones. During the summer, when it got really dry, it's almost impossible to edge around stones because it's like cutting through cement out here in this ground out here. So as we've had a little rain, it's gotten a little easier. So we've kind of put the trees on hold, and we've been cleaning up around stones. In the windstorm the other day, we did have a tree come down, and we will be taking care of that, hopefully. Most of the trees, Chris, most of you probably came in from the other way, but all the trees that were taken out are all the ones to the west of us here in our open field, right in front of the Serenity Mausoleum. They took about 35, 40 trees out of there.
Yeah.
Not big trees, trees like so-and-so, all those ash, the ones that the ash borer killed.
I did note that in last month's meeting that it was announced that a new board member had been appointed, Jay Solson. But the thing you gave me has got somebody else, so I'm
The
assuming.
gentleman that I reported on last month did not own anything at Greenwood or Swan Lake. Here's where he's at.
Yeah,
And that's why he had to be taken off consideration. Ask me if this guy owns anything.
yeah, I don't know that,
I don't know either. Can't find anything.
I suppose we can indicate who it was.
But didn't you say earlier that he wasn't
He wasn't-
confirmed by the city council yet?
The city council the other night had a giant faux pas, and they just up and walked off before they got to the end, before they got to the budget.
I missed a meeting last week.
Yeah, that was a good one. And
So he's not confirmed yet?
it's
has he?
not been confirmed.
Right.
They have to get that meeting going because they gotta get the budget approved.
Monday.
So maybe
They're having
this
a
would be a
Monday?
good time to check and see if he is a property owner.
He's not, I can't find him at Greenwood or Swan Lake, so I'm gonna have to call City Hall, but I don't wanna constantly be a burr in the mayor's side about, that. But I get another call. His name is Davis Bush. I don't know anything about him. We can't find anything in our records for that individual name. You have to be, like everyone here knows, you have to be a lot owner of a crypt, niche, or a grave in your name. And I cannot find anything for this gentleman. So we'll just have to go from there.
Okay. I don't see anything else under old business. Does anybody have anything under new business to bring up?
This is really new old business. Replacement trees for Greenwood. We have a new forester, Amanda Arndt is her name.
Okay.
And I just had a little discussion with her, and she said there's some program out there that suggests that you might want to contact her.
Art?
Arndt, A-R-N-D-T,
Okay.
Amanda. And she might be able to assist us in replacing trees finally.
We still got quite a few trees up there.
Yeah, I know, but you still want to replace some. You don't have to replace every one that was taken, of the 100 that were taken out, but
There's nothing else. I guess we need to decide where the next board meeting is gonna be, whether it be here or at Greenwood.
we had voted that during those months where it was dark early, that we would go to Greenwood. So I think until April, something like that. We have to look at the meeting minutes. I don't know. I have no idea. But it would seem to me that it was about that. We spent the summer at Greenwood because of the construction out here. So we should have been out here.
Anybody have any objections to that? Or if not, then the next meeting and going forward until further decisions are made will be at Greenwood. Anybody have anything else to bring up? If not, then the meeting stands adjourned.